Hello learners, this is Habeeba with Excel with me. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Let's start today's class, that is Unit 2 research problem with the subtopic sources of research problem. In the previous class we have understood clearly what is a statement or a research problem or issue or challenge. Today we are going to understand in detail about the sources. Before that, let's recapitulate what is research problem. The term research problem refers to a clear expression of an idea of any area of concern that requires a clear understanding and deliberate investigation. So this is research problem. Now what are the sources of research problem? Let's understand here. The sources of research problem is the situation that causes the researcher to feel apprehensive, confused and ill at ease. For example, in teacher education, teacher trainees are there. If the transformation period is critical for them, any teacher educator have some confusions related to student teachers. So at that point in time, what happens? Some questions, thoughts, ideas will arise related to the student teachers. So that researcher or educator who wants to solve that challenge or situation, then they take up the problem which is confused, ill at ease. So the sources will start like that. It is the demarcation of a problem area within a certain context involving the who or what, the where, the when and the why of the problem situation. This is the demarcation of any problem area related to certain context. What does it involve? Who or what? Who are the subjects or the population of the sample, and what are we going to do with them? Then where? Which area you are going to take up those samples or the subjects? Then when? At which point of time you are going to conduct any observation or interview or any statistical methods you will apply. Then why? What is the reason behind your selection of certain challenging problem or situation or the statement? So these are all the situations which lead to work upon any problem situation. There are many problem situations that may give rise to research, obviously. Three sources usually contribute to problem identification. First, own experience or the experience of others may be a source of problem supply. Obviously, our own experience, just now I told you, I am teacher educator. I face so many challenging things in front of me while teaching the student teachers related to their micro teaching, macro teaching, practical work, theoretical work. So many things I experience and I find some gaps in them. At that point in time, I will pick up any challenge and I'll go for some research article or something. Or the experiences of others also. Somebody will narrate to us things related to their challenges that also provokes or gives us the idea to work upon. A second source could be scientific literature. Obviously, you may read about certain findings and notice that a certain field was not covered. This could lead to a research problem. Obviously, we read so many articles and research publications and things and all. Then we find some gaps or the things which are not covered, that will lead to research problem. Now theories, these are very, very important sources. Could be a third source. Shortcomings in theories could be research. That's why we are in this modern era with so many theories taking help and also new theories coming up in future. So research can thus be aimed at clarifying or substantiating an existing theory, at clarifying contradictory findings, at correcting a faulty methodology, at correcting the inadequate or unsuitable use of statistical techniques, at reconciling conflicting opinions, or at solving existing practical problems. So these are all thus be aimed What are we doing? Clarifying or substantiating on existing theory, number one. Secondly, we are clarifying any contradictory findings we find in any articles, or at correcting a faulty methodology. If somebody has taken a faulty methodology, we want to do the research to bring the correct methodology by taking the correct methodology and correcting the inadequate or unsuitable use of statistical techniques, or reconciling conflicting opinions, at solving existing practical problems. So these are the 5 major areas why we are taking up the research problems, and also these become the sources of having new research issues or challenges. Usually we say that a research problem does exist if the following conditions are met with. So let's see, number one, there must be an individual, obviously, or a group or an organization. Let us call it I, to whom the problem can be attributed. The individual or the organization, as the case may be, occupies an environment, say N, which is defined by values of the uncontrolled variables like Y and J. So there must be an individual or a group or an organization. Secondly, there must be at least 2 courses of action, say C1, course 1 and course 2, to be pursued. A course of action is defined by one or more values of the controlled values. Now there must be at least 2 possible outcomes, say outcome 1 and outcome 2 of the course of action, of which one should be preferable to the other. In other words, this means that there must be at least one outcome that the researcher wants, and that is an objective. Writing the objectives, that is very important, because what is the aim? When we are doing something, because of some aim only we do that thing, no? So here an objective is very, very important. Then the courses of action available must provide some chance of obtaining the objective, but they cannot provide the same chance, otherwise the choice would not matter. So whatever the course of action is available, it must provide some chance of obtaining the objective. Now we can thus state the components of a research problem as under. Number one, there must be an individual or a group which has some difficulty or the problem. So second one, there must be some objectives. Problem. Second, objectives to be attained at. If one wants nothing, one cannot have a problem. There must be alternative means or the courses of action for obtaining the objectives one wishes to attain. This means that there must be at least 2 means available to a researcher. He has no choice of means, he cannot have a problem. Obviously, there should be some means to achieve any end. No, for the beginning, we must have some means to achieve anything. Then the fourth one is, there must remain some doubt in the mind of a researcher with regard to the selection of alternatives. This means that research must answer the question concerning the relative efficiency of the possible alternatives. The fifth one, there must be some environments to which the difficulty pertains. So this is all about the sources of any research problem. I will come up with the next topic in the next class. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Thanks for your attention and time. Happy learning.